Singapore investment company Temasek Holdings will have a new chairman next month. He is Mr Lim Boon Heng, a former cabinet minister and Labour chief who is currently a Temasek Board member. He will succeed Mr S Dhanabalan, who turns 76 in August and who will become Temasek's honorary advisor.
Former Cabinet Minister S. Dhanabalan is Temasek's longest-serving chairman since 1996. During his 17-year tenure, he oversaw a period of active regional and international growth of major Singapore companies in the Temasek portfolio. Temasek says he guided its growth from a 70 billion Sing dollar portfolio in March 1997 to 215 billion Sing dollars in March 2013. And he enabled Temasek to build on its strong foundation in Singapore and nurture a global leadership team of diverse talent.
From my experience before that in government, we're dealing with in Temasek, in DBS, in government, I knew that the key was the person in charge. If I have a clear idea as to exactly what course we should chart and try to look for someone and say, this is a course I want you to chart, do it, I don't think I'll get a good person. I had a very vague idea that more could be done. I met Ho Ching in the course of my work in Temasek, dealing with Singapore technology, and I could see that she had what it takes to really take the institution in a new direction. So I persuaded her to join us. I'd also persuade others to let her join us. But she was the kind of person that I had complete trust in terms of being able to take the ball and run with it without any specific direction. And that's key.
Mr Dhanabalan emphasized that succession is one issue which the Temasek Board regularly looks at, and this is not just at the chairman level but also at the CEO and senior management level. And the organization is on the constant lookout for talent to join it.
The days are past when the shareholder tells you who should be the chairman, who should be the CEO. Used to be the case many, many years ago, 20, 30 years ago. But that's not the case anymore. Both in Temasek as well as in the companies in which we have interest, the board's main responsibility is to prepare for succession.
Temasek Executive Director and CEO Ms. Ho Ching says, without Mr Dhanabalan's clear leadership and support for many of the groundbreaking initiatives, Temasek would not be what it is today. Welcoming Mr Lim Boon Heng as Temasek's fourth chairman, Ms. Ho says Mr Lim shares many common traits with Mr Dhanabalan, including a strong moral compass and a deep dedication to public service and public good. In his statement, the incoming chairman, Mr Lim Boon Heng, says Temasek has a portfolio of strong companies and a remarkable team of global talent, and he's honoured to have the opportunity to take the company forward.
Well, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has written to Mr Dhanabalan thanking him for 17 years of dedicated service as Temasek chairman. Mr Lee says Mr Dhanabalan was an exemplary chairman who oversaw Temasek's growth into a Singapore icon, one that distinguished itself as an active investor, forward-looking institution and trusted steward. He says Mr Dhanabalan's leadership enabled Temasek to weather the storms of the Asian financial crisis, the aftermath of 9/11 and the recent global financial crisis, and seize new opportunities after each one. And he says Mr Dhanabalan has upheld the highest standards of integrity throughout his career and is an inspiration to all Singaporeans. Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam has worked with Mr Dhanabalan for more than 20 years, and he says Mr Dhanabalan's intellect, humility and integrity will leave a permanent legacy at Temasek. Mr Tharman also welcomes Mr Lim Boon Heng as the incoming chairman, saying he's confident Mr Lim will capably lead Temasek in the next phase of its development in a challenging global environment.